this Don Toliver album is
That's
such a vibe. It's
Life of
like
a
it's just a
Don.
vibe that it's just a vibe I don't have or can't relate to, but it's just cool, man. It's that
Ooh.
Cactus Travis Scott sound, but like a lot more chill when you don't want to hear Travis Scott's auto tune ass yelling at you for a few minutes. You could switch to Don Toliver and get that same vibe, but just a lot more low key.
With this new project, Life of a Don, though, so much sonic overlap between this and Travis Scott. If you take out their vocals and what they add to the track and just go based on the production, there's really a lot of sonic overlap here. And I don't know if it was Mike Dean destroying some of these synth solos or whoever it might have been, but
They
it's
kill that shit, man.
still got that very trippy, ethereal. Let's do a callback. It's got that hypnagogic kind of feel to it.
Don Toliver, like, yeah, the beat selection was great, but like he carried this. Like, there's so many like
Hmm.
like artists making music, and I'm just like, this is like a producer's album. This isn't you, but like Don Toliver really carried this album.
it's such a easy, pleasing listen, especially with tracks like You, tracks like Out of Space with Baby Keem. The two
Hmm.
Travis Scott features were really good. The intro song Escape was just it set the tone perfectly. It was like a combination of what he's always been doing, especially on Heaven and Hell, but I just thought he did it better in terms of sonically speaking. There was much more interesting details in the production, like you guys have mentioned, and then his voice is just like you would think he doesn't have as much range as like other singers and rappers, singer slash rappers, but you know, it's just something about it that just makes you float every time,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's just like, and the way he can deliver that in multiple avenues is very impressive. Like I'm actually really impressed with his growth as an artist, his growth as a writer, because I remember his mixtape when I first heard him, and to go from that to this is like night and day. Everything from the songwriting to his singing voice to controlling his tone and his pitch, it's like, yo, like this is like an evolution of an artist who's still getting better and just scratching the surface of his potential.
It really impressed me how he did like carry this project, because I feel like this was an album where, not that it's life or death, but to me, I thought it was going to be one where, okay, is Don Toliver going to show that he can sustain a solo career, or is he just going to be that go-to feature that every rapper needs on
Yeah.
their album? And he really impressed me by showing that he can carry an album. And granted, there are some songs that I thought were skips on here, but for the overwhelming majority, like, I really enjoyed this project.
I do think there were a lot of moments that just like weren't great, but they were just there, and it's not like I was bothered by them. But there were some moments here that I was like, wow, this is incredible. And I think the one that really just stands above all is Drugs and Hella Melodies featuring Kali Uchis. Their chemistry is real for sure because they hopped on that beat together, which was in and of itself a dope beat. And they really just like their performances elevated each other. I think this is a like not I did not expect to hear something I'd consider to be a great song off of this project. And like yes, this is a quality project. There's not any point that bothered me too much. There's parts I was bored by, or just like they were there for lack of a better word. They were just simply there. I was surprised to hear a song that I thought was legitimately excellent. Excellent.
One thing I will say though, with Heaven and Hell in this one, the lows are higher on this album than Heaven and Hell, and the highs are much higher as well. So like everything has been raised for him as an artist, and the quality of the project. And I just think the songs that aren't as good is because the song structure are so similar, which is one of my complaints of the album. There's certain times he does an ideal or have a much more interesting ideal and execute it better than others. So like the Kaliusha song, I forgot about that. That was a great song. And then like the Outer Space song with Baby Keem, I like that record, but like it's not as interesting as the dynamic those two have. And it kind of fit that same vibe together as well, same sound. So, once he continues to grow as an artist and just continue to, improve on, I'm not improving, but diversing the soundscape that he provides on these projects, I I just think he'll be phenomenal because clearly he showed. I always thought he had the potential, and right here he showed it like big time.
I like that Company Part 2 joint. I thought that was pretty decent. For the like most of the record, I was like not
All
like
right, I
there
got
was not many
I got a
moments where I was like
question for
yes.
you
It was
guys.
just like thumbs up kind of. vibes. Yes, this was good. This was expected. But for the next album or next project, I'm expecting a slight stylistic change or even growth, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, especially
You
because
know,
assuming that the next album will come out after Utopia or whatever Travis Scott is gonna drop,
Yeah.
we're gonna need to see some evolution with this Cactus Jack sound.
so I'm
The
really am
question,
interested to see where Utopia or whatever the next project Travis Scott goes, because you see them already tinkering with the formula,
Hmm.
but updating it or adding new things to now make it sound more refreshing and fit today's landscape.
so the question is like, is Don Toliver's next step dependent on Travis Scott's next step? Is Travis
No,
Scott's next sound gonna just, you know, lead the way for Don Toliver to replicate it in a very more
no,
chill way?
no, because Don Toliver, I think, has at the very least, and I think he proved this last year, and even with Heaven and Hell, and despite me not liking the album as much as this one, he proved he can stand on his own and just fit on damn near any song, any genre, any production. It's
Mm,
just not like you guys said, going forward with that fully and actually exploring those possibilities. You don't have to change this sound, but you can add elements of others to evolutionize that sound.
yeah.
I think, and that's what he can do. I think that's what he will do. He continued to show growth.
Like it fulfilled my expectations. Didn't rock my world, and there's a lot of albums this year that rocked my world. This was just it was a necessary contribution to the R&B sphere right now, like just the game. Many people will be fucking with this. I will be rocking it. It'll be on certain playlists if necessary, and it's just that, you know.
Welcome to the Traklife YouTube channel. We are the New Music Release Club. I am Dom.
I'm Aiden.
And I'm Stevenson. Here's the links at the bottom of the YouTube page. Subscribe and check out more content from the Music Release Club.
Yeah, check out our album reviews. We also got live sessions, raw stream, all that good stuff right here on the Traklife YouTube page.